Yes guys, what is up? Welcome back to a brand new video here today and yet another F1 2020 hot lap here today for the Italian Grand Prix. If you guys want to see more of these hot laps, then drop me a like, let me know you're enjoying these, and also subscribe guys for more F1 2020 content. But here we go then, the Italian Grand Prix, Monza, the Temple of Speed, and it's a very technical and tricky hot lap. First of all, turn 1, you want to brake at the 100-meter board and take a lot of inside curb in third gear. Turn 1, you can really cut a lot. Turn 2, not so much. Try and stay off the curb as best as you can. Short shift on the exit to get a nice bit of traction and keep the car nice and tight to the right-hand side through turn 3 to make up maximum lap time. As we now get ready for the first chicane, left-right in sector 2. 100-meter board, you want to brake just after it. Fourth gear, take a lot of inside curb, especially through the first one. You can really find a lot of time, and also the exit curb as well. We now go into Lesmo 1, keep it nice and tight, and then let the car run wide using all the exit curb. We then bring the car back up to the left for Lesmo 2. You can definitely take a lot more inside curb than I did there. I was a bit too cautious, and there's a lot more time to find, but we are still 2.5 tenths up as we now go into the Ascari chicane. And you want to kind of enter in 6th gear and then eventually go down to 5th. Keep it very tight through the right to then go flat out over the little bump on the left and get that nice clean exit. Don't run too wide, otherwise you will invalidate, so try and keep 2 wheels within the track limits at all times. And now into Parabolica, I actually found that 6th gear was giving me pretty good drive out of the corner, so I tried to short shift on my exit up to 6th gear, bring the car over to the right hand side for the shortest run to the line, and we improved by pretty much 4 tenths of a second, and that lap was good enough to give us 37th in the world, which actually turned out to be 27th due to hacked lap times. So as you can see on screen, there is the assist. As always, they are off, and just to confirm it, the fastest lap in the world, the fastest official lap is from Barry Berman, who I trust, he's an F1 Esports driver, and that lap looks pretty damn legit. So really, if you take away the 9 in front, we are 27th or 28th in the world, so a very strong lap. We now move into the setup though. 1.3 on the aerodynamics around here, pretty low, of course it is Monza, all about straight line speed. 55 on the differential, negative 280, negative 130, 008, 029 on suspension geometry, and then on the suspension, we are going to be running 1.4 I believe, because you want to try and have a bit of a harder rear suspension. 6.8 on the roll bar and then 1.4 on the ride height for stability purposes because the wings are quite low. Brake pressure 150 around here, that's what works for me. You need a higher brake pressure for those heavy brake zones, which are really key. And then tire pressures 23.0, 22.6, 20.7 and 20.3. As always guys, with the setups we are taking into account the actual races, so 25%, 50, 100%, career mode or online, whatever it may be. We're taking these setups into account for that, because obviously you've got to factor in tire temperatures, tire wear, possible mixed conditions, temperature changes, all that kind of stuff, and driving style. So I find this setup gives me a good balance of pace, and also of course holding onto the tires, because around here the key thing around this track, especially in races, the rear tires are key, and you have to hold on to those as best as you can. So this setup I think does a good job of keeping your rear tires under control and not overheating and not wearing out too much. So let's talk about that then, a couple of key areas, and the first one I want to mention is traction. Really key point, out of turn 2, out of here, turn number 5, also out of the second Lesmo, and also out of the Ascari chicane and Parabolica. Traction is key, so the setup needs to work well for that, and that's exactly what the setup does. Lesmos, again, are 2 very key corners because you're running such low wings around here. The Lesmos require a lot of downfalls, and you don't have that, so making sure you hit those 2 corners are really important. You're going to find a lot of time if you get it right. Ascari, don't cut the inside curb too much through there, and try and keep 2 tyres inside the white lines, otherwise you will invalidate straight away if you run too wide there. But we now make our way down towards Parabolica. I feel like there's a lot of different lines you could take into this corner, but I do find 6th gear gave me really good traction and drive out the corner, and I found a lot of time, and just bring the car over to the right hand side to get the shortest run to the line. But there we go guys, that is the lap of Monza. If you guys enjoyed it, drop me a like, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and there'll be more hot laps coming soon. But if you want to see those, do get subscribed guys for daily F1 2020 content on the channel. And on screen right now you have the previous hot lap at Belgium, and also to the right hand side the full playlist of all of my hot laps so far, so go check those out guys, as you might find them helpful. But guys, that's it from me here today at Monza, and I'll see you all next time for yet another hot lap at the Singapore Grand Prix. But until then, it's goodbye from me.